Today for our motivational minute, Daddy has to talk real quick. Go play patty cake in a couple minutes, okay? So, this is going to be a little more difficult than I thought it was, but this is good. My wife, Fit Mom Fergie, Nikki Ferguson, check out fitmomfergie.com. She is at the library, just got finished with her workout, and she's getting some really cool stuff done for Fit Mom Fergie coming very, very soon. January 2016, we'll be making an announcement about something coming up for her, but we'll go ahead and get started on today's Periscope. Today's Periscope is going to be a motivational minute on, are you in a sprint or are you in a marathon? Now, a lot of times, me, myself, when I was growing up in high school and college, I was one of the fastest people on the basketball court or one of the fastest people on the soccer field because I'm a sprinter. I love sprinting. I love moving fast. I love getting to point A to point B. And I love being the fastest. And I love being the best. But in life, you have to get to where you're able to be a marathon runner and not just a sprinter. Now, as a marathon runner, they will let you know that you are conditioned to running the long distances, and you're building up your lungs, and you're building up your legs, and you're building up your mental capacity to be in it for the long haul. Now, in life, in work, in circumstances, in relationships, those are all marathons. Those are not sprints. Sprints are just for quick victories, quick things that you want to finish, quick things that you want to get to, and quick things that you want to just have a start and end, and then you're done. A project at work is like a sprint. You've got a lot to do, a little bit of time, you sprint, you make it happen, and that's it. But the overall career, your overall positive relationships, your overall success in relationships is about the marathon. You've got to be willing to put the work in to make it the long haul. You've got to be willing to work on yourself. And as I've said in previous motivational minutes, get a mentor. You've got to listen. You've got to plan. You've got to communicate. You've got to be able to work on yourself enough to make sure that at the end of the day, you have got your desired result because you put the work in. Now, when you put that work in and then you have a belief that you can do it and believing in something that may not be there, then that combined with your hard work can help with the marathon. But aside from that, getting to your goal of success is very challenging if you're not committed to the long haul. If you join a company and you're like, I'm only going to be there for a couple months, no need to put all the work in, no need to execute, no need to put so much effort into this, whatever, I'm not going to be here that long. Well, your desired result at the end of that job may be one of not gathering the data or the information that you need to gather in a setting like that. Every situation has something you can learn and grow from. I've said in a previous Periscope that if you're a janitor or if you are a teacher or if you're an executive, when you put your best into every scenario and every circumstance that you do, you have the ability to take something out of it. Every day you need to be asking yourself, what can I learn in this scenario? And what do I need to grow on for myself to be the best that I can be? Kryptonite will bring me down. Kryptonite could bring me down. But my kryptonite is... What would I say my kryptonite is? My kryptonite would be... I'll get to you on what my kryptonite is. But I love Superman. So thought it was fitting today talking about a sprint or a marathon. But when it comes to life, I mean, look, if you're in high school or if you're in college or if you're an entry-level employee, it's definitely a marathon. Because you are setting your foundation in order to be successful. If you guys have ever seen a house being built or a building being built, you see that they dig deep into the ground to make a firm foundation so they can make a skyscraper. I live in here in LA, so the buildings go up very, very quickly. It's actually pretty strange how quickly the buildings come up. What's up, Chris B? Yes, I am a motivational speaker, and I am a servant leader 101 who likes to give examples of things I've been through and circumstances and scenarios to help motivate you to live the best life that you can. You can tell. Appreciate it. That works. That means that my goal is being found. So I really do appreciate that. But when it comes to building that foundation, think about how deep the ground is. Think about how deep you have to dig. Think about how deep you have to go down into the ground, the materials you have to put in order to have a skyscraper. The same is true with your life. The same is true with how and what level you want to reach for success. And when you build that foundation and looking at every circumstance that you're in to see what can I do, how can I grow, and how can I make sure I learn something, whether it's doing something small or doing something major, and learning from your sprints, learning from the small accomplishments that you make throughout your life and throughout your career. What do you need to work on for yourself to be better? What do you need to work on for yourself to make sure that you can be successful at the end of the day? Thank you, Chris B. I appreciate that. Hey, refer me, pass me on, Daniel@DanielPFerguson.com. Daniel@DanielPFerguson.com. I'm working on it. I love it. But when I was, as I've been growing through my life, the same thing is with parenting. When you have kids, I've got a almost 3-year-old and almost 2-year-old. It takes patience. And it takes being able to take information that I'm learning on the fly to be able to apply it to the marathon of them growing up to be healthy and good kids. My kids are at this stage where Danielle asks why with a lot of things, and she's trying to learn and grow. She's the one that's almost 3. And she's just trying to get a better understanding as to life, and she's figuring out her own self and knowing that we give her some liberties and we give her some ability to have some freedom and think on her own and problem solve on her own, and it's awesome. And those small sprints of her being able to have that freedom and feel accomplished and feel confident and feel successful is great. But for Nikki and I, we are in for the marathon because as she learns and grows and negotiates, yes, she negotiates. And she started negotiating at 2. When she first could talk, she started negotiating. It's crazy. But as she's doing those things, we have to make sure that we are planning for the marathon. We're planning to train up these kids the way they should go, so when they get older, they won't depart. And they'll be smart and they'll be brilliant, and that we're fine tuning and sharpening the saw and ironing sharp as iron of our kids. And to see their growth on a daily basis, and to see how Nicholas is now communicating and asking for things and trying to do what his sister does and imitating and mimicking, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And I gave that story to say that just to show the level of patience you have to have during the marathon. If you ask a marathon runner how it is and what it is or what sets them apart, I guarantee you one of the things they say is that they're patient. They understand that if they go sprint, if they're running a 26-mile marathon and they go sprint for the first 5 miles, they might not have anything left for the remaining 21 miles. So they have to pace themselves. They have to hit milestones. And in their training, in their practice, in their grooming, they've got to work on especially their mindset, because your mind does a funny thing when you're on a long journey. Your mind does a funny thing on a long journey. Your mind stops wanting to move forward if you're not pushing it forward. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes your mind stops wanting to move forward in the midst of adversity unless you're making a point to push your mind forward to get over that hump, to get over that hurdle. It's not easy. Trust me, it is not easy. I'm human. I have the same type of hurdles that you guys have, but I persevere. I push on. Because I know that if I can get over this hump and this hurdle, it's a touchstone that I'll be able to use for future things, future relationships, future jobs, future careers, future whatever, future endeavors, so that way I can be successful. So that way I can... thanks for joining in, Chris B. I appreciate it. In order to be successful, you have to have that mindset. You have to have that commitment to excellence, as I've said in previous Periscopes, and that commitment to work on yourself. This isn't a sprint. This is definitely a marathon on the road of life. And this road of life, it's doable, it's achievable. You can have everything that you want. Trust me. Trust me. You can have everything and anything that you want in life. You just have to work on it. I really challenge you to step it out and continue to work on you and figure out what you can work on a daily basis. Make this learning and growing a daily process. Don't try to do it all at once, because that can overwhelm you and that may stress you out and that may get you frustrated and annoyed. Don't try to do it all at once. Know that if you do it piece by piece, I always say the phrase occasionally, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. How do you walk a mile? One step at a time. How do you get to where you want to get to in success? It's one step at a time. You're running a lifelong marathon. And as I've said in previous Periscopes, success is what you make it. Success is what you deem successful in your definition of success, not anybody else's. So when it comes to what you deem successful, especially if you're in high school, knowing that, yes, getting to graduation, woohoo, I'm a senior, let me get to graduation, or woohoo, I just got to college, let me get to graduation. Life is more than that. Life is so much more than that, and life is amazing when you look at it as so much more than that. Look at your life and see what you're passionate about, see what you like, see what you enjoy, and figure out how to do that. Whether it's volunteering in that area, whether it's asking questions, you can do anything you put your mind to. I'm here with these motivational minutes to help let you know on a daily basis you can do anything you put your mind to. I promise. I promise you can. And it's worth it. And it's amazing. And it's fulfilling. And yeah, when you get out of high school and you've got hopes and dreams, you may not be doing that dream just yet. Or you get out of college, you've got hopes and dreams and you're at an entry-level job, or you've been at an entry-level job that seems like a dead-end job. There's no such thing as a dead-end job, because it's on you to work on you. It's on you to realize that the marathon that you're running is in your control. Your control is in how much you learn, how much you grow, so that you're ready for the next step. You may not be able to control your salary. You may not be able to control your perks. You may not be able to control your friends, relationships, spouses, whatever. But you can control you. I challenge you to step it out and work on you. This is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. I know you can do it. I've got faith and confidence in you. But do you have faith and confidence in yourself? Take the hard task in life one step at a time. Know that if you sprint, learn as much as you can in that sprint, because that sprint is just a project. It's just a stepping stone. It's a small blurb on the whole overall process when it comes to your marathon of life. So I challenge you to step it out, work on you, because that marathon is doable, it's achievable, and I want to see you at that finish line. As I said earlier, I'm a servant leader. I'm here to serve you guys. Very soon, my website is going to be ready, live, active for you all to check it out. Leave me comments, talk to me, let me know what topics you like, what topics you're interested in. If there are other topics you want to hear me talk about, I got you. I'm a servant leader, as I said. Every month, someone's going to have an opportunity to get a free session with me, a free coaching session that includes interview prep, dress for success, resume review, to make sure that you have what you need to be successful. Having spoken all over the world for Monster.com, making it count, and having had numerous people be successful from the resume review and from my one-on-one coaching, let's do it. It's coming. It's amazing. I'm excited that I get to share it with you all on a daily basis. So for today, I'm going to sign off and say thank you for joining. Thank you for checking out my Periscope. Thank you for checking out my Periscope. And just remember, words bring life. Speak them into existence. Greatness awaits. If you need to contact me, email me at daniel@danielpferguson.com. Have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow.